Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grady Stadium. Atlanta Phoenix versus the Alabama Fire. We want to thank everybody for showing up today and in enjoying a nice, wonderful April 23rd day. We're a live broadcast here about 3 minutes away from game time between the Atlanta Phoenix and the Alabama Fire. Well, we're about to get ready to get started here at Grady Stadium with the coin toss between the Atlanta Phoenix and the Alabama Fire. We'll be going solo today. Yeah, we're going to film that. Yes. We got a cameraman that's going to ask me questions throughout the day, and that's okay as he hits me on top of the head. All right, let's have a professional game here as we look forward to seeing what this 3-0 Alabama Fire has for these Atlanta Phoenix at 2-1. Just kind of give you a background of the scoring and the schedule that it looked like. Atlanta Phoenix started off with a loss to the Tampa Bay Inferno 17-14, but then recovered with a Derby City Dynamite beatdown at 74 to nothing. Last week they brought in a 41 to nothing beating of the Fayetteville Fierce. And as for the Alabama Fire, they're sitting pretty at 3-0. So it should be an interesting game. And if I was to mention the scores, everybody be like, wow, that's some intense stuff. I mean, we're talking the first game of the season. They took down the Huntsville Tigers 76-0. Then they took on the Tri-City Thunder. And I will say this, we scored twice to make sure that you heard me correctly, 98-0. That's 98-0. And last week they're slipping a little bit. I have to say at 48-8. That's 48-8 against the Derby City Dynamites. So if we were doing the whole scale of Derby City versus the Phoenix and the Fire, I would say the Phoenix has the edge by 30 points based on the score differential. But we're looking forward tonight as the coin toss is taking place. We hope that it's going to be a great game, that both sides bring a very competitive atmosphere here at Grady Stadium, and we look forward to a very close but yet winnable game for the Atlanta Phoenix. Would like to thank our sponsors very quickly, and we'll be mentioning them throughout. But most importantly, I'd like to mention out For Hire Management Services. They're our official partners each night. And if I'm looking real quickly, yes, the Atlanta Phoenix will be receiving, and the Atlanta Fire will be kicking off from east to west based on where the sun is not setting today. We have two wonderful viewers listening in right now, and we hope that we have more that join in. If you're wondering why we actually hear my wonderful voice and not the sights and the sounds of the Phoenix and the Fire, is that sometimes the music is played that is non-censored and the copyright violations kick on. So sometimes I'll actually put some sights and sounds out there, but most importantly, you'll be able to hear the voices of one Bo McMichael here at Score Sports, and we look forward to bringing you a wonderful game tonight. If the budget increases, we'll add a second person, but if it doesn't, we probably will take away me. So we're about ready to get kickoff started on a nice warm night in Atlanta. Last time we were here, it was quite chilly in the middle of April. I'm very happy to say that I have sweat dripping down from my forehead, and I actually can wear shorts today instead of a sock hat. So let's get this game started. Once again, the Atlanta Phoenix, I was incorrect. They will be kicking off tonight. And the Alabama Fire will be receiving. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this game started. They run 15-minute quarters. Top left hand of the screen, you'll actually see the score and the scoreboard running. They're kicking off from the 30. Everybody moves up, making the proper adjustments. All right, here's game 4 starting for us, ladies and gentlemen. Good solid kick up in the air right on the 35-yard line. Fire takes it and just gets tackled straight down, right back to the maybe a 1-yard gain after the reception of the kickoff. We're going to start on the 35-yard line. That's where the Fire will get started here against our Atlanta Phoenix. I will be able to call out a little bit of numbers until the sun goes down because it's so bright. I'm not going to be able to call those numbers until that happens. All right, Fire lines up for the ball. Oh, ball on the ground. Tackle in the backfield, but was able to actually get 2 or 3 yards. We do see a yellow flag out there. I want to go ahead and say it. I think that's a face mask on the Phoenix. But we'll wait to see what the Whitecap has to say. And as everybody's walking, we definitely see that there's a penalty against the Atlanta Phoenix, and we're going to call a face mask. Yes. They shouldn't be marching off 15 yards. Automatic first down for the Alabama Fire. All right, we got a fresh downs, first down and 10, split backfield. Quarterback tosses it out. She takes the corner. And it's still moving all the way down to the Atlanta Phoenix 40-yard line. Looks like maybe the 41. It's going to leave a second down and 3. All right, the Fire takes it up to the ball. Got a second down, and actually they moved up and said second down and 2, maybe even 1. Handoff, met on the line, ball's down on the ground, and we're going to say the Atlanta Phoenix turnover. Yes, that stifling defense just shut them in the mouth. Great job from the Phoenix. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Atlanta Phoenix going to take the ball on the 42-yard line. Got a deep formation. Toss pitch. She takes it to the corner. She's at the 40 of the other side of the Atlanta Fire. Alabama Fire. We're going to mess that up a couple times tonight, but we'll do the best we can. So we're sitting at first down with the ball on the 40-yard line of the Alabama Fire. Phoenix takes the ball to the line. So we got twins to the right, quarterback in a pistol position. Passes it, screen pass as she takes it up. Is able to get back to the line of scrimmage for no gain, a little bit of movement. Leaves us with second down and 10. Phoenix at the line. Pistol position. Snap of the ball. Toss pitch again. Ooh, quick toss. Straight up. As she takes it to the outside, she's at 30, 20, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Atlanta Phoenix. We do have a penalty on the play. Let's go ahead and see it. See what they're going to call. As the Phoenix are walking back, we realize that it probably is a penalty on the Atlanta Phoenix. Looks like holding from the spot of the foul. I tell you, that play that they're running right now is a nice play. Looks like they pretty much can gain about 10 to 15 plus yards every time they run it. They don't know how to handle that toss pitch. All right, we're going to replay that down at second down, but it's going to be from the point of the foul, so it leaves us with a second down and about, 12 yards on the 42. Quick dive. She takes it all the way down to about the 36, 37-yard line. It's going to leave us a third down and 7. Once again, it's the Atlanta Phoenix versus the Atlanta Alabama Fire. We're early in the first quarter, no score. Quick handoff. She gets right back to about the 33-yard line. Going to leave us with 4th down and about 3 yards. 4 yards, depending on what kind of spot they're going to give us here with the referees. All right, it's a big down here, 4th down. Let's see what happens. Quick pitch. I tell you, it's going to be a close spot. I'm going to say that no, she did not get it. No, but there's going to be a changeover on down. It's going to be the Alabama Fire's ball. Yep. It's a good try for the Atlanta Phoenix. Good drive. That penalty really hurt us, taking those 6 points off the board. As the defense comes out, I want to thank our initial sponsors at Emory Sports Medicine, Revolution Chiropractics, and the PMOS Squad and Front Runners. Thank you so much for sponsoring the Atlanta Phoenix this year. All right, first quarter. 31-yard line. Fire has the ball. Toss pitch. And there's nothing there. That is a stifling Phoenix defense. Don't be upset with the filmer out there, ladies and gentlemen. That sun is so bright, he'll eventually catch in on where that ball's at. We're going to go say a loss of about 3 yards, 2nd down and 13 with the ball on the 27. Split backfield, quarterback under center. Pass, missed tackle, got to make. Brought down right around the 38-yard line. Great throw and catch from the Fire. We have an injured player on the field. There's going to be an official timeout. Once again, we'd like to thank our main sponsor, For Hire Management Services. They're a partner within Atlanta Phoenix, and we just appreciate all their support. Atlanta Women's Flag and Football League is our featured sponsor, as well as the 4 other sponsors that we just mentioned: Emory Sports and Medicine, Revolution Chiropractor, the PMO Squad, and the Front Runners MC. We appreciate every support and also the individuals that came out today. Love to have all the fans here and supporting the Atlanta Phoenix. And I tell you, they picked a wonderful time to wear their new jerseys. And wearing their nice, bright black jerseys with their blue numbers. Won't be able to see their numbers until halftime, until the sun goes down. All right, we're going to start action back here. It's going to be 3rd down and about 2 yards. 9 minutes and some change left to go in the first quarter. They just lined up with trips to the left. A little confusion going on with the single man in the backfield. Handoff. Met. It looks like she did get the first down. That's the way to spread them out and actually just hand it up the middle. So that will be a first down for the Alabama Fire. Got a split backfield. Look, twins to the left. They look like they're going to pass. We'll see what happens. Oh, not quick handoff. Met at the line with about a 1 yard gain for the Fire. Leaves them 2nd down and 9 to go. Other Atlanta sports teams going on tonight. We got the Atlanta Braves hosting the New York Mets down at Turner Field. The Atlanta Hawks are off tonight. They'll actually come back into play at the Boston Celtics tomorrow at 6 p.m. Split back formation. Tied into the left. Little counter that they were not ready for. I think the ball or the helmet. Yep, it was a helmet. Didn't know if that was the ball or the helmet there, color man. Whew. I thought if that was the helmet, somebody's going to be in trouble. But it will be an automatic 1st down on a good run by the Alabama Fire. Fire come to the ball at the 47-yard line of the Phoenix. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Toss pitch looks like it's a reverse, and they're staying home. Missed the first one, going for the second one, missed the second one. She's took the corner. Maybe got a 1st down, but that was a good long run for 9 yards, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Second down and 2. Toss pitch. Enough for the 1st down. We appreciate any comments that you have concerning our broadcast. We've tried to bring in a vocal portion of the broadcast. We'll see how that goes. We're still working on the technical issues, so if you hear a side comment, we deeply apologize. All right, we're 1st down and 10 with the ball on the 35. The Fire on a nice drive here, ladies and gentlemen. Nice toss pitch. She takes it. She's going to cut it up. She's still going outside. Missed one tackle. Got to learn to wrap up. No, right there on the 33-yard line. Really a gain of about 3 with the ball on the 32. This is a good drive by the Alabama Fire. Even though we do see a flag on the play, we'll see what the white cap has to say. Looks like it's going to be on the Fire. Holding on the offensive line of the Alabama Fire. We're going to drop that back about 10 yards, and let's play this down again. For those that are interested in the Atlanta Braves score, they're down 1-0 in the top of the 1st. All right. It's 1st down and about 15. Whoa, she just barely gets it off. And they do get it back. A loss of another 4 yards, going to leave a 2nd down and 20. Alabama Fire comes to the ball. A couple of setbacks have really put the Fire in a hole with 20 yards to go. Interception. She's at the 40, the 50, the 40, the 40, 30, 30, 20, 20, 15, 10, 5. Oh, she got caught from behind. Great job from the Atlanta Phoenix. Wonderful change in possession right there. Want to be first down and goal with the ball on the 5. As my color man told me, it's on the 3rd-yard line. Appreciate that, Burke. All right, let's see if we can capitalize on that wonderful turnover of roughly about a 65-yard interception return. 3 yards shy away from a touchdown. Let's go ahead and get it in right now. Whoa! Hey, what's the flag happening here? They're going to saw a illegal procedure, illegal substitution. Oh, too many men on the field. Or women on the field. Sorry about that. So we get to go half the distance. So now we're on the 2-yard line. Got roughly 3 viewers right now, so call your neighbors, call your friends, sit down and enjoy a wonderful game between the Atlanta Phoenix and the Alabama Fire. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter, tied 0-0. Hopefully that's going to change right now. Ooh, forgot to block. Got to block. Got to make sure we get our people. Nice thing is, it's only 2nd down with the ball on the 7-yard line. Let's see what 2nd down has to offer the Atlanta Phoenix. Toss pitch. Great blocking up front. They're going to call a flag on that or a touchdown? Nice. Great job. So it's 6-0, lining up for a extra point. Snap. Hold's not good. And that would be no points for the extra point. Got to work on those snap and the holds. Important part. So we're going to go in. About 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 6-0, the Atlanta Phoenix. Here at Grady Stadium on April 23rd. Atlanta Phoenix football is brought to you by For Hire Management Services. For those wondering about the sun, we probably got about another 30 minutes before the sun goes down and makes things a little bit more viewable. with the kickoff. Nice, good deep kick. Takes it on the 35. Makes it all the way up to the 48-yard line. And that's where the Atlanta Phoenix will try to stop these Alabama Fire from scoring a touchdown to even this game up. Ball's on the 48. First down and 10 for the Fire. Split backfield. Alabama Fire is underneath it. Nice toss pitch to a counter. She takes it right up the middle. Tackled by a host of Phoenix. Gain of 2 yards, leaving it second down and 8. Ball on the 50. We do have an injured Fire at this point. We still have an injured player on the field. That's what the timeout is. While we're doing that, we're going to talk a little bit about the schedule for both teams. The Atlanta Phoenix will go off on the road next week to play the DC Divas on April 30th. As for the Alabama Fire, they get to go home to play the Tri-City Thunders. And I will say this, after that 98-0 win against the Tri-City Thunders, I'm hoping that the Tri-City team will bring a little bit better competition. But the player is coming off the field right now. Glad she's okay. She is moving slow. And the most important is that she's able to get off on her own recourse. So we're going to start on the 50-yard line. Second down and 8 for the Alabama Fire. High backfield, hand off to the tailback. She takes it right up the middle. Almost a first down. It's going to be a third down and about 2 yards, maybe 1. They have a great running game. That downhill running game has really caused havoc for the Phoenix. If they just learn to keep the ball on the ground and not throw it, I think the Fire will actually give the Phoenix a lot of trouble tonight. And as my my color man said there was a flag on the play. So let's disregard anything I have said over the past 1 minute and say that it's a 10-yard loss. It's going to leave a second down and 20 with the ball on the 38. Fire's got a single backfield with tight end to the right. She's dropping back for a pass, throwing it deep. Just out the outstretched hands of the Alabama Fire. It's going to leave a third down and long of 20 with the ball on the 38. They have to get all the way over to the Phoenix 42 for a first down. Split backfield. Quarterback under center. She drops back. Quick slant. Incomplete pass. Good defense. Good pass coverage. Good pass breakup by the Atlanta Phoenix, leaving a fourth down and 20 where we can only hope that a punt's going to occur. And I will say special teams is always an interesting thing to see in the first part of everybody's game, to see how they handle the snap, let alone the kick. Timeout by the Alabama Fire with 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. 6 Atlanta Phoenix, 0 Alabama Fire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming back after the timeout by the Alabama Fire. Still going to leave us fourth down and 20. And based on the formation, it looks like they're going to go for it. Got trips to the left, twins to the right. Oh, incomplete pass. That means they're going to, Atlanta Phoenix will take over on the 38-yard line. First and 10 for the Atlanta Phoenix. Ball's on the 37. First and 10, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Twins to the left, pistol to the right. Quick handoff. Phoenix takes it up the middle, roughly for about a 3-yard gain, leaving us second down and 7 with the ball on the 34. Twins to the right. Deep back formation. Quick pitch. Oh, goodness. 2 missed tackles to the 25-yard line of the Alabama Fire. That first was like hitting a brick wall. She just went ahead and to her knees. Alabama Fire has no answers to this quick pitch by the Phoenix. Twins right. Deep pistol to the left. Another quick pitch. And I take all those words back. Great job on the Alabama Fire for stopping them and making sure that they didn't make any more adjustments. A loss of roughly 7 yards, 8 yards, going to leave us second down and 18. Ball on the 33. Should be the last play of the first quarter unless they're going to hurry and get one up. We'll see. That's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to try to push one to the line. Quick pitch to the right. Just takes it right up the middle, all the way down to the 25-yard line. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, our Atlanta Phoenix 6 and the Alabama Fire 0. We'll be right back. We're back here, ladies and gentlemen. Started the second quarter, 6-0 in Atlanta. Going to a third down and long, right around third down and 11. The ball's on the 26-yard line, needing to get all the way down to the 15 to secure a first down. And we just called a timeout. Well, with that, we're going to take a moment and just talk a little bit about our sponsors, and wanted to have a moment to say thank you so much for the sponsorship here with the Atlanta Phoenix. First of all, our title sponsor would be that of For Hire Management Services. They're our official partner here at Atlanta Phoenix. We definitely appreciate all the support they have given us. And our Atlanta Women's Flag Football League is our featured sponsor, with our group of sponsors that have helped us each and every week would be Emory Sports Medicine, Revolution Chiropractics, the PMOS squad, or the PMO squad, sorry about that, and the Front Runners MC. I want to say thank you for helping the Atlanta Phoenix be all they can be. Coming out of a timeout, still third down, roughly 10 yards to go. Quick pitch. And it looks like they have made defensive adjustments to every time that quick pitch kicks in, they're going to rush those backers to the outside. Great job of adjustments from the Alabama Fire. It looks like that play is going to have to take a timeout for a little bit. Going to leave us a long fourth down, roughly a fourth down and 18, 15, give or take. Legal procedure on the left tackle for the Atlanta Phoenix. I'll mark it back 5 yards, leave it fourth down and roughly 20 to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be fourth down and 20. Ball's on the 37-yard line for the Atlanta Phoenix. Start of the second quarter. They're going to go ahead and punt the ball. High snap, good punt. All right, let's see what the return has to offer. Let's go ahead and get on it. Great job. We're going to go ahead and stick them right back there in their own backyard. They always say don't ever let that ball hit. It's going to roll 17 yards no matter what. And I saw that ball hit on the 20 and roll all the way down to the 3-yard line. So my mathematical skills, I'll say that's 17 yards. Got to pick that ball up and not let it hit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the sun is down here at Grady Stadium. A sense of relief is over our camera man. So now if there's any messes up on the camera, it's all on him. And we'll do our best to call out some numbers and give some recognition to some of these Phoenix that make the tackle. Good job, ladies. She gets to the outside. Looks like she was going to be able to get stopped. And about a 7-yard gain here for the Fire. It was almost looked like a busted play, but it could be one of those, hey, I'm going to stay here for a second or two and see if anybody noticed, then run out to the outside. Ball's on the 10-yard line, second down and 2. Penalty on the play. Looks like a legal procedure on the Alabama Fire. Take them back 5 yards. Make it second down and 7. Second down and 7. Another flag on the play. Looks like we got some lining up formation issues. This time they're going to call it on the Phoenix, looks like. Legal procedure on the fire. We're going to mark it back half the distance. We're going to start back and realistically erase that 7-yard gain by the quarterback and make it 2nd down and 11. They're going to say that it wasn't a safety, that they stopped him right here on the 1-yard line. But it's going to get real intense here, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3rd down. Most importantly, it's 3rd down going out on the 1-yard line. It's 3rd down and about 12 here for the Fire. But they're on their 1-yard line going out. It's time to see 2 points get added by the Phoenix. I formation. Quarterback under center. She lines up for a pass. Oh! It's going to be an interception, ladies and gentlemen. And she takes it all the way back down to the 2-yard line. That was a lot of pressure on the defensive end on the right-hand side that really caused that ball to go live up in the air like that. Great job on the overall effort for the Atlanta Phoenix defense. But most importantly, it started with the punt. That punt going all the way down to the 3-yard line really set up this nice defensive stance. Great job, all-around effort for the Atlanta Phoenix. Pistol to the left. Quick handoff. Touchdown, Atlanta Phoenix. By number 12. Our 13. Can't read the numbers. Just say congratulations to the Atlanta Phoenix on a touchdown of adding 6 points to the scoreboard. Attempting an extra point. The snap, the hold. And we can return this for 2 points. Great coverage by the extra point team to nullify that 2 points. So that leads us 12-0. Atlanta Phoenix leading. We're live here at Grady Stadium. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're live back here at Grady Stadium. The Phoenix are preparing to kick off. leading 12-0. She really put her foot into the ball. Haha, football. Once again, the analyst makes a comment and says it's a touchback all the way back to the 20. We don't call him the best color man this side of the Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen. Well, going back and looking at last year's record and paying attention to the defensive rankings, we will say that the Atlanta Phoenix are known for their defense. They were ranked 6th in the league this past year in 2014 or 2015. So this defensive performance today is up to par to what we were expecting here for the Atlanta Phoenix. Split backfield, quick pitch to the right. And as the defense wraps up, gain of about 4 yards, leaving it 2nd down and 6. Definitely like to welcome all our viewers here on the YouTube live channel. Thank you for tuning in here to Atlanta Phoenix football and the Alabama Fire. Toss pitch. Good pressure from the outside. No gain on the play. Great job from the defense. Really learning to stretch that play, not allowing her to catch the corner. Second down and 7, or 3rd down and 7. Ball on the 23. The Phoenix up 12-0 over the Fire. This is week 4 in league play. Every game counts right now, ladies and gentlemen. Little pressure. Quarterback rolls out of the pocket. Comes close to the 1st down. We won't see a measurement, but it's going to be a roughly 4th down and about less than a yard. Another injured player of the Fire. Hope she's okay. If we get her number, we'll make sure we make the announcement. We want to thank the fans that attended today's game. Wonderful crowd. Great new home for the Atlanta Phoenix. Last year we were at Osborne High School. We've been able to move to the center of Atlanta and to be able to enjoy people coming from all over the area just to enjoy the Atlanta Phoenix playing here at Grady Stadium. We're on an injury timeout, and we'll be right back. It was number 42 for the Alabama Fire. She did walk off on her own. That's a good thing. Alabama Fire Up to the line, Twins to the left, split backfield. Once again, it looks like the little shuffle from the quarterback, and it's going to give her a first down. Great job. Looks like she might be hurt as well. This has been a tough game for the Fire. She was able to get up. That leaves it first down and 10 with the ball on the 35 for the Fire with roughly 9 minutes to go in the first half. Twins to the left, eye backfield. Handoff to the tailback. She takes it right up the middle. Roughly, she bounces off of Phoenix. She is taking it down the sideline. She's at the 30. The 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, the touchdown, Alabama Fire. No flags on the play. We're going to give them 6. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the score is cut in half. It's 12-6, the Phoenix over the Fire. For those that are watching at home, you can rewind that just to see how wonderful her legs kept pumping. And boom, took it to the outside, hit the little X button on the PlayStation remote, and took it 50 yards for a touchdown. They're going to be going for 2 points here, trying to cut the lead down to 4. In motion, handoff in the motion, and stuffed at the line. Leaving the score, Atlanta Phoenix 12, Alabama Fire 6. We'll be back. This is Grady Stadium. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the game just got a little tighter, 12-6 with 8 minutes left to go in the first half. We just saw a 50-yard touchdown run by the Fire to cut this lead in half. Now let's see how the Atlanta Phoenix responds. Kick to the 40. She takes it right up the middle, decides to go outside. She's able to get to the 50, the 45. Is she able to take the corner? She's still moving down the line and taken down by on the 34-yard line. Good run of about 20 yards from the Atlanta Phoenix. So the Atlanta Phoenix will get into action here, ladies and gentlemen. Right on the 34-yard line. First down and 10. We do have an injured player. Looks like the player that laid down the law on our running back or our kickoff returner Took most of the pain on that one. I want to thank our main official partner here at Atlanta Phoenix, For Hire Management Services. We have 2 more home games for the Atlanta Phoenix before the playoffs. Our next home game will be May 14th against the Jacksonville Dixie Blues, and then followed by our June 4th game against the Fayetteville Fierce. Hope to have you all come out to enjoy a great game day experience here at Grady Stadium. Still have an injured player on the field. Once again, she is able to walk off, which is a wonderful thing. Just means that she got her bell rung. Number 23 for the Alabama Fire. So we're going to see what we have left here in the 8 minutes to go in the first half, with the Fire trailing by 6. We'll see how the Atlanta Phoenix responds after that last touchdown from the Fire. Thanks again for all our viewership here on YouTube Live. We appreciate all your support. Pistol formation to the left. Quick handoff. She takes it right up the middle, roughly for about a 4-yard gain, all the way to the 30. Leaves it about 2nd down and 6 for the Atlanta Phoenix. Pistol formation to the right. Drops back for a pass. Looking for her target. Oh! Through the hands. I think that was 87 or 81, but she had it through her hands. That was a good throw and catch. That's going to leave a 3rd down and about 6. That was a nice throw and catch that did not happen, ladies and gentlemen, but we're getting there. Practice does make perfect. Pistol formation to the left. Legal procedure from the left tackle. Me being a former offensive lineman, my heart goes out to her. She gets free hugs after the game from me. I don't do well when any offensive lineman jumps offside. It's a rough day for us all. It's going to leave us in the hole with 5 yards, making it 3rd down and roughly 12 yards to go. What looked like a promising start. Now we're in a hole trying to get back to a 1st down, all the way down to the 24-yard line. Pistol formation to the left. Deepest back is roughly 10 yards. Motion. Quick pitch. Everybody's blocking where they're supposed to be. She's taking it down the sideline, all the way down to the 15-yard line. Looking for the flags. No flags on the play. It's going to be a 1st down, Atlanta Phoenix. Everybody had their person, helmet to shoulder, and driving them down the field on that play, ladies and gentlemen. Six minutes and some change left here in the second half or second quarter. Start off with Twins to the left. Pistol to the right. Counter. Handoff to the fullback. She takes it all the way down to roughly the 10-yard line. Good 4-yard gain for the fullback. We're really chewing up some clock here, ladies and gentlemen. Roughly 5 minutes to go in the half. It's a good drive we've put together here for the Atlanta Phoenix. They're going to call a timeout for the Atlanta Phoenix. This is their first timeout, actually their second timeout, here with 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the second quarter, with the Atlanta Phoenix leading the Alabama Fire 12-6. We'll be right back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here after the timeout from the Atlanta Phoenix. Second down and 6. Ball on the 10-yard line. Have to get ourselves all the way down to about the 4-yard line to get us a first down. We got Twins to the right. Pistol. Receiver in motion. Handoff to the tailback. She takes it to the corner. She gets all the way down to the 9-yard line. Gain of 1 yard, leaving third down and roughly about 4 yards to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, third down and roughly 5 yards to go. Hand off to the tailback. She's looking for a lane. She has it all the way down to the 1-yard line. Great job by the Phoenix. First and 2 by the Phoenix. Hand off to the tailback. She takes it right up the middle. Touchdown, Phoenix! Great touchdown run. Real powerful. Going up 18-6 on the Alabama Fire. Our viewership has increased all the way up to 58 viewers. Thank you for tuning in here at Grady Stadium. where you can see the Alabama Fire taking on the home team, Atlanta Phoenix. Atlanta Phoenix up 18-6, going for a 2-point conversion here. Twins to the right. Pistol to the right. Receiver in backfield motion. Quick handoff to the tailback. She takes it right up the middle. Count them for 2. Making that score 20-6. And that's how you answer a touchdown drive by the Alabama Fire, Phoenix. Great job, ladies. We're live back here at Grady Stadium. It's April 23rd, week 4 here on Women's Football Alliance for the Atlanta Phoenix versus the Alabama Fire. Kicking off for the Phoenix. Good kick. All the way down to the 20-yard line. She takes it on the run. Makes it to the 37, then tackled by a host of Phoenix. That gives the Phoenix a roughly about 4 minutes to play with before the end of half. I'm hoping for a turnover, a touchdown, and we'll get the ball back the second half. This has been a good, hard-fought defensive game with some costly turnovers on the Fire's end. This score would be a lot closer than it is right now. The Fire come up to the ball. Split backfield. She quick pitch to the tailback. She's trying to find space. Not going to find space. She's going to find number 79 for the Atlanta Phoenix and number 93. Great job, ladies. It's going to be a loss of roughly 7 yards. Leaving it second down and 17 with the ball on the 29-yard line. The clock is continuing to move. We're under 3 minutes. We do have an equipment issue, which kind of put a little pause on the game. And we're back to action. I formation. Quarterback under center for the Fire. Hand off to the tailback. And tackled with a loss of 2 yards by the defensive lineman of the Atlanta Phoenix. She is causing havoc up the middle. Me being a former center, I'm just glad I'm up here announcing. It's going to leave a long 3rd down and 20. Getting close to that 2-minute mark. I do believe once they go for it here, our coach might call his final timeout. We're glad you're here with us with the Atlanta Phoenix, watching them face off against the Alabama Fire. Whoa, pressure. She goes for a deep pass, throws it back across the field. Incomplete, which stops the clock with 1:48, leaving fourth down and 20 to go with the ball on the 28. We haven't seen a punt all day by the Fire, and I don't know if we'll see one now. But if you do have a punting team, I think this might be a good time to bring them out. 20-6 is manageable. Anything more might get a little out of hand in the second half. Quick substitution comes in for the Atlanta Phoenix. They are going to go for it. We got Twins to the left. Single backfield. Quarterback and coach decide that a timeout might be the best policy. So we're going to take a timeout here, ladies and gentlemen, here at Grady Stadium with the score 20-6. Alabama Fire down to the Atlanta Phoenix. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm never a person to want to say this is the ball game, but with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go in the second half, or the second quarter, they're going to go for it. No, it's a quick pip, and they kick it away. It's a good call, good call. The Phoenix will get the ball back on their 45, or the Fire's 45, with roughly 1:43 left to go in the game. Nice little quick kick. That was a good timeout and good call in that time. I'd like to make a special thanks to the Atlanta Women's Flag Football League to being our featured sponsor here tonight's game against the Alabama Fire. And our official partner in Atlanta Phoenix football is our For Hire Management Services. Thank you for everything that you do for us here at Atlanta Phoenix. Got pistol to the right. Drop back for a pass. She's going deep again. She does have a player wide open. Incomplete pass. It'll be second down and 10. Second down and 10 for the Phoenix. The ball's on the 45. I do believe before the night's over, we will connect on that throw and catch. The Phoenix will be using their last time out here with 1:37 to go in the game in the half. Score 20 Atlanta, 6 Alabama. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of that timeout. Quick handoff. She takes it all the way down to the 43-yard line. Sorry, the cast and the crew were taking a nice little water break, and we almost got jumped on that play. 3rd down and 8 with the ball on the 43. At halftime, we're going to go to a beautiful Atlanta skyline, and we're going to take a break. And we'll be back when you see that clock kick all the way down to 0. Less than a minute to play. Another pitch. Flags went everywhere. I'm going to have to yell at the offense on that one. I do believe that it's an offensive holding. That's going to leave the Phoenix with a 4th down because the Fire declined the penalty. And as you see the clock ticking down with minutes left to go, or seconds left to go in the second quarter, the Phoenix line up for their second punt of the game. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to halftime with the score, the Atlanta Phoenix 20 and the Alabama Fire 6. It's a 20-minute halftime, so come back and enjoy us in about 20 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us here at Grady Stadium. We'll be right back. Halftime. The Atlanta Phoenix up 20-6 against the Alabama Fire. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Grady Stadium. Start of the third quarter is right around the corner. It's 20-6 Atlanta Phoenix over the Alabama Fire. We thank everybody for joining us here at Grady Stadium's YouTube live channel, courtesy of scoresports.com. Hopefully we're going to see a very tight second half. Would like to see what the Fire has to do to stop these Phoenix. But most importantly, the Atlanta Phoenix just looks too tough on defense. The Phoenix will receive tonight, and the Fire will be kicking off from the 30-yard line. This will go a long way into deciding some playoffs and the seeding. With the Alabama Fire being 3-0 and the Phoenix being 2-1, this is a very important game for the Atlanta Phoenix. Next week they travel off to Washington, D.C. to take on the D.C. Divas as the Alabama Fire take on the Tri-Cities Thunder at a home. We'll be back here on May 14th versus the Jacksonville Dixie Blues, and back here again June 4th versus the Fayetteville Fierce. We're about to get underway. 15 minutes are already up on the board. If you've joined us after our 20-minute break here at halftime, we're glad to have you back. If you're new to us, my name is Bo McMichael. I'm a wonderful gentleman that just enjoys talking football. Next to my color man here, Burke McMichael, a father and son duo. He doesn't say much, and that's the most important thing. All right, kick of the ball. She takes it at the 40, goes upfield, and she's taking it to the outside, trying to get there. Gets all the way up to the 50-yard line. And that's where the Atlanta Phoenix will be taking the first drive of the second half. On the 50-yard line, first down and 10. The Phoenix come to the line. Twins to the right. Pistol backfield. Motion. Quick handoff to the tailback. She takes it right up. And we didn't stay on our blocks there. They did a quick whistle. Loss of 1 yard is going to make it second down and 11 with the ball on the 49. Appreciate you joining the telecast. We want to thank our partner, For Hire Management Services, who's the official partner with the Atlanta Phoenix. And our feature sponsor for tonight is the Atlanta Women's Flag Football League. Got twins to the right, pistol, receiver in motion. Quick handoff again. She takes it straight up the middle. Ran through about 2 blocks to make it all the way down to the 45-yard line. It's going to leave a third down and 5. They always say the most important part of the second half is the first 5 minutes, setting the tone of how you want to come out after halftime. Right now, this third down and 5 is going to help set the tone for both teams. Let's see what happens. Phoenix comes to the line. Twins to the right. Pistol formation. Quick handoff. She takes it straight up the middle, enough for the first down. She got about 8 yards on that play, all the way down to the 32-yard line. That's enough for the first down, Atlanta Phoenix. Ball's on the 37. Three running plays to start the second half. Almost identical running plays at that. Coming out in the same formation, set pistol to the left. Hand off to the fullback counter. She takes it straight up the middle, and nobody is going to. I tell you, that's a load to take down, ladies and gentlemen. She moved her feet all the way down to the 20-yard line. Great job, Atlanta Phoenix. All the way down to about the 22, enough for a first down. Phoenix comes to the line. Twins to the left, pistol to the right. Quarterback flared back. We're going to throw a penalty flag. Now they're going to throw a flag down. See what that flag has to offer. It was an incomplete pass. I do believe that makes us 0 for 4. Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's going to mark it back another 10 yards, making it roughly first down and 20 with the ball on the 32. Phoenix comes to the line, twins to the right, pistol to the right. Quarterback, receiver in motion, hand off to the tailback. She takes it straight up, a little bit to the outside. She's turning her feet down to the 15-yard line for the Phoenix. That's a way to get back about 12 yards of the 10 we just had on a penalty. Second down and 7 for the Atlanta Phoenix. They spread them out on both sides. Pistol to the right. Hand off to the tailback. She stopped at the line but continues to move her feet. She won't go down. They're trying to strip the ball. Finally, the ref decides to blow the whistle with roughly about a 3-yard gain. Going to be third down and 2 with the ball on the 17. This is a good opening drive, taking off 5 minutes. Got an injured player on the field for the Atlanta Phoenix. As she hops off, bring another one in and get this third down taken care of. waiting for the snap of the ball. She lines back for a pass. Another for a slant. They feel a little contact, but they're not going to go ahead and call it. Going to be incomplete. Working on that passing game, even up 20-6. Complimentary on the coach there. Not going to let that part go. There's an open play there with that nice slant coming across the middle. Glad to have you here at Grady Stadium on the skylines of Atlanta, Georgia. A nice, warm evening in April. Week 4 of the Phoenix season. Watching them take on the Alabama Fire. Snap of the ball, a quick handoff. She moves to the left or to the right, all the way in for a touchdown. Phoenix. Give them 6. Great job. Quick handoff. She was able to take it to the right-hand side and continue to move up all the way into the touchdown. Nice run, ladies. Going for a 2-point conversion here. Add the score. Quick handoff to the tailback again. She takes it right up the middle for a 2-point conversion. Converted. Bringing the score, Atlanta Phoenix 28, Alabama Fire 6. We'll be right back. Kicking off for the Atlanta Phoenix. Nice good kick all the way down to the 20-yard line. That's a live ball, ladies and gentlemen. Get on it. Get on it. And she gets it. Atlanta Phoenix football, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get on that thing, Fire. Do a little dance. Here we go. Phoenix. So we're still playing offense here for the Atlanta Phoenix. Sometimes the hardest thing to remember is that's a live ball on the kickoff team. Got to get on that ball, ladies, for the Alabama Fire. We took about 6 minutes off the clock of the first drive of the second half. We've got that ball right back and ready to go. Sitting on the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Phoenix. Got them spread out. Pistol to the right. In motion. Quick handoff. She takes it right up the middle to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Phoenix! No flags on the play. Oh, I see a flag on the play. Does that mean we get to do this all again? Waiting for the call. Looks like the call is going to be on the Alabama Fire. And the touchdown will stand. Great job, Phoenix. 34-6 going for the 2-point conversion. Timeout for the Phoenix on a 2-point conversion. So we're going to take a timeout here, come back, see when we can get on these 2 points. You're listening to the Atlanta Phoenix broadcast station. Back after a timeout, 34-6, lining up for the 2-point conversion for the Atlanta Phoenix. Just saw a 22-yard touchdown run. Handoff to the tailback. They're going to say she got in or no? She's going to say no. Denied on the 1-yard line. Leaving the score, your Atlanta Phoenix 34, Alabama Fire 6. All right, going off for the second kickoff. In the past 2 minutes, we'll see how the Alabama Fire cover this time. Good kick by the Phoenix. Ball still hits the ground. She takes it on the 30. Oh, fumbles. They're going to say she's down. They're saying she's down. Ref is animated enough, saying the knees, first down, Fire. Knee was down before that ball went up in the air, ladies and gentlemen. So, the Alabama Fire will be taking it on the 33-yard line. We do have an injured player on the field for the Fire. So we'll be right back after this injury timeout. gentlemen, thank you for having us coming back. We just wanted to show a little bit of highlights from our last home game against the Derby City Dynamites during this injury timeout. Hopefully you enjoyed to be able to sit a little time to watch them. Congratulations on the Phoenix, and looks like we're back into play here shortly as the Alabama Fire takes the ball on the 32-yard line, first down and 10. Twins to the left. Single back motion. Quarterback sweep to the left. Roughly about 3 yards gain. Leaving around second down and 7 with the ball on the 35. Same formation, back in motion. Oh, illegal procedure from the right guard. We're going to move that back 5 yards. So that 3-yard gain just turned into a 2-yard loss, making it second down and 12. Second down and 12, ball on the 30-yard line. Back motion, empty backfield. Quarterback sweep to the left. This time missed 1 tackle, missed 2 tackle, missed 3. The 4th one was able to take her down. Ball on the 36-yard line with a gain of 6 yards. We're happy that you're joining us here on a nice Saturday night in Atlanta, Georgia, Grady Stadium, watching our Atlanta Phoenix take on the Alabama Fire. Another quick scamper by the quarterback. Looks like the ball might be on the ground that time. It's going to be a close. It's going to be 3rd down and 1, close to a first down. But the ref will say that it's 3rd down and 1. They might be asking for a measurement. And the white cap does give the old first down signal several times over. Either that or he was waving in an airplane. I'm trying to decide at this point. The Fire jumped back on the ball. A little hurry-up offense here. Quick pitch out to the left. She takes the corner. Stays in bounds. All the way down to roughly the 46-yard line. Clock is still running with roughly about 6 minutes and some change left here in the 3rd quarter. Our color analyst is pushing that clock a little bit forward, hoping that the 4th quarter will be here sooner rather than later. Well, it's up to our Phoenix to stop them first. Sweep to the right. She tries to take the corner again, and she's denied, ladies and gentlemen. No gain, even a loss of a yard. 3rd down and 7 for the Alabama Fire. Twins to the left. Quarterback gets the play. Clock is running. Got an I formation. Quarterback rolls out to the right, looking for room. Tackled by a swarm of Phoenix. Leaving a 4th down and about 6 yards to go. With the score 34-6, this becomes a pivotal moment here for the Fire to make a decision what they're actually wanting to do. To get 6 yards right now, middle of the field, might not be a bad choice to try, instead of kicking it away back to the Atlanta Phoenix. Got trips formations to the left. Single backfield. Back goes in motion. She takes it. She's looking for the outside. Quarterback is going to the corner. Can she get the corner? It's going to be close. I'm going to give her the first down. It's going to be wherever he marks, it's going to make that decision. My color analyst gives it a yep, that the first down did occur, so we have to go ahead and say, yep, first down, Fire. We don't call him the best color man this side of the Mississippi for no reason at all. Once again, thank you for joining us. And we'd like to thank our official partner, For Hire Management Services, for looking after the Atlanta Phoenix every day. Fire underneath the ball. Pitch out to the right. She tries to take the corner again. Can she get there? No! Stuffed by the Phoenix. Looks like a wall was put up and said, "You're not coming here." Would like to have seen that happen last down, but beggars can't be choosers. I think that's what the old saying states. 2nd down and 14. Ball on the 49 on the other side. Closing in on the 3-minute mark. Left to go in the 3rd quarter. Single back. Quarterback takes the handoff and goes far to the left, trying to take the corner. Looks like we have a student body left and a student body right call here for the Fire. That's what they've got in the playbook, and that's what's working for them and allowing them to march down the field. I formation for the Alabama Fire. Quick handoff to the tailback. She gets about a 4-yard gain before she's stopped by the Phoenix. Rolling down to the last minute left to go here in the third quarter. Fourth down for the Alabama Fire with roughly about 5 yards to go. We're going to say illegal procedure on the Fire. It's going to march him back 5 yards. So that fourth down at 5 just turned into a fourth down at 10. And those type of mental mistakes on a fourth down just does not make a coach too happy. So it's fourth down and 10 with the ball on the 47-yard line coming in to the Phoenix end zone. Single backfield. Quarterback takes it to the far right but does not see. Makes one miss, but does not make the last 6 miss. As the Atlanta Phoenix take over on the 45-yard line with 19 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the nice thing is everybody was able to get up after that play. Got pistol formation to the right, twins to the right. Handoff to the tailback. She takes it to the 45, breaks one tackle, gives a stiff arm to another. She's giving a stiff arm to another, makes it all the way down to the 27-yard line. Looking for flags. Only thing I'm hearing is first down, Phoenix. We're live here at Grady Stadium. 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter, where your Atlanta Phoenix are leading the Alabama Fire 34-6. Coming back after that timeout. Roughly 5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Trying to get another touchdown here, increase that score to 40-6. Twins formation. Receiver in motion. Quick handoff to the cornerback. And she's going to hit her head on the goalpost, ladies and gentlemen. Run her over. At the end of the third quarter, we just added a good 15-yard first down run by the fullback. So we're going to start the fourth quarter on the 10-yard line going in with your Atlanta Phoenix 34 and the Alabama Fire 6. We'll be right back. Well, we're starting the fourth quarter here with 15 minutes on the clock. As your Atlanta Phoenix are on the 10-yard line going in. It's a nice way to start. We were able to add 2 touchdowns this past quarter to increase the score to 34-6. Let's see what we have here. Twins to the right, receiver in motion. Hand off to your tailback. She takes it to the corner. Can she get to the pylon? Through a flag in. Looks like it's going to be holding on the Phoenix. 10 yards back. Let's play this play again. Want to thank our sponsors here tonight. Emory Sports and Medicine, Revolution Chiropractors, the PMO Squad, and the Front Runners MC for helping Atlanta Phoenix be all they can be. Next week, the Atlanta Phoenix are on the road versus the DC Divas, heading up to Washington, D.C. to take on the top-ranked team of the WFA. And you can see your Alabama Fire at home next week, taking on the Tri-City Thunder. So we're second down and roughly 10 yards or 20 yards to go. It's second down and goal with the ball on the 19 to be simple. Receiver in motion, handoff quick to the fullback, and that play is stopped this time. That play netted us about 18 yards at the end of the third quarter, and they said no to this one. So that's going to leave us third down or second down. Nope, leaving us second down. Injured player on the field for the Atlanta Phoenix. Come days like this at the end of the game, we can always think some cramps are kicking in and just a little bit lost. It did get warm out there, so being a former player myself, I understand the sweat and the heat and the cramp always plays into that. We'll be right back right after this injury timeout. You're watching the Atlanta Phoenix football. Back to live action here at Grady Stadium. We're on the 20-yard line, second down and goal to go for the Atlanta Phoenix. The ball came a little bit late, so we're going to get 5 yards on the Phoenix. Mark it back, make it second down and 25 to go. Want to thank the fans for coming out tonight. Running the clock's a nice thing as well. Going on about 2.5 hours of game time action, which is not too bad. Sitting with the ball on the 25. Quick pitch to the tailback. Oh, she's going for a pass, and she's going to connect. That's a touchdown. Did she hold on? No. Oh, yes. She did hold on to it. My eyes deceived me, ladies and gentlemen. That was a touchdown for the Phoenix. A little halfback touchdown pass. Congratulations, ladies, on a nice throw and catch. Make sure that you rewind that and watch that a couple of times. That was a nice play. Increasing our score to the Atlanta Phoenix 40, Alabama Fire 6. Going for the two-point conversion. Hand off to the tailback. She takes it right up the middle. Touchdown, two-point conversion converted for the Atlanta Phoenix. Makes the score Atlanta Phoenix 42 and Alabama Fire 6. You're listening to Atlanta Phoenix football. Back here live at Grady Stadium with the kickoff. Atlanta Phoenix steps up. Nice boot all the way down to roughly the 29-yard line. Fire takes the ball and met by a host of Phoenix. Looks like they're going to spot it roughly about the 36-yard line. Now, as you can tell about the scores in the past, the Atlanta Phoenix put on 74 points against the Derby City Dynamites and then 41 points against the Fayetteville Fierce. We've got 42 tonight, and we're going to be looking for some more here remaining in the fourth quarter. The more points we score, the better we are towards the end of the season when it comes to playoff time. So don't think that we're going to sit down and be happy with a 42-6 lead. And as you can tell from past scores of what I gave on the Alabama Fire, their scores consist of 76-0, 98-0, and 48-8. So they understand about the point system. Quick pitch, reverse. She takes it to the outside. She does have an opening. She could go all the way. Touchdown, Fire. Any flags on the play? Nope. Reverse got them that time. They didn't stay at home. It turned into roughly a 70-yard touchdown. Good job, Fire. Score increases to 42-12. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for days. As the Fire takes it to the line for the two-point conversion, we got twins to the left, split backfield. Switch to the tight end. Quick slant. Great pass breakup for the Atlanta Phoenix, leaving the score You're Atlanta Phoenix 42, Alabama Fire 12. You're listening to Atlanta Phoenix football. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting off with a kickoff here by the Alabama Fire. Quickly, the ball goes out of bounds. And just in case, the Atlanta Phoenix picked it up and ran it even though it was out of bounds. Good thinking. Roughly 13 minutes left to go in the game. Score is 42-12. Alabama Phoenix will take the ball. On the 40-yard line. All right, as we start this series for the Atlanta Phoenix, it's the time to go ahead and add another score to the good old-fashioned scoreboard. Hopefully they'll be able to take a good 5, 6, 7 minutes off the clock. They're going to call their last timeout of the game. Atlanta Phoenix is bringing in some subs, so it's a little bit of confusion. Make sure they get themselves in order before they come out and play. I want to thank our official partners, For Hire Management Services, and our featured sponsor for tonight, Atlanta Women's Flag Football League. Ladies, if you're interested, please go ahead and get on the internet, search for Atlanta Women's Flag Football League, and sign up. They're taking fall registration as we speak. Also, I'd like to thank Emory Sports Medicine, Revolution Chiropractics, and the PMO Squad, as well as the Frontrunners MC, for adding sponsorship to Atlanta Phoenix football. We couldn't be there without you. Thank you so much. I don't know. My employee down there. I don't know. Coming back after the timeout, got pistol to the right, twins to the right. Clock is running. That was a rough handoff. I think she took a harder hit by the quarterback than the defensive player for the Alabama Fire. Clock is on the move. We'll wonder if they'll run the clock or not at this point. We'll find out the first time The ball is a dead ball to see if that clock is running. Twins to the right. Pistol formation. Quick pitch to the helmet off. Should be a dead play. But she didn't care. Her helmet might be on the 27, but she was on the 40. And she was just looking for somebody to hit. Got an injured Fire on the field. Say that 5 times. It's going to leave us with a long second down, roughly about 2nd down and 8. Depending on where they mark the ball, I do believe that that ball is going to make it about a 3rd down and 16. Hope you have an opportunity to search for us on Twitter. It's always nice to have new people join us here on Twitter. Just type in Atlanta Phoenix. Also, if you just type in Alabama Fire, they have a Twitter account as well. It's always nice to catch up on your opposing teams as well and find out how they're doing. So make sure you look for us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Game's about back to be under play here. Injury time is almost finished. Thanks again for joining us tonight. We've had roughly about 124 viewers over this span, and it's been nice seeing you and watching the game with you. I'll work on my 3rd telecast to see if I can bring in a color analyst to bring a little spice. Not that I'm not counting my cameraman here, but he sometimes finds a loss for words. He likes to sit down a lot and likes to cough, but other than that, we're just happy he's here filming. They look like they're going to place the ball on the 30. No. Place it on the 43-yard line. And I know the Alabama Fire coaches are still trying to figure out how that happened. They're going to replay the down like it never happened. I don't know about for that young lady that got hurt, would they want to say that that didn't happen? But it's 2nd down and 6 to go. So that last down was a figment of our imagination. Quick handoff to the tailback, and she takes it all the way forward, 1st down and some more yardage. Makes about 3 Fires miss. Takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. Alabama Fire can't win for losing on this one. They stopped him for a 6-yard loss and then got a good 10-yard gain. Closing in that 11-minute mark here in the final quarter of the game. I'm glad you're a part of us here at Grady Stadium, watching the Atlanta Phoenix take on the Alabama Fire. If you've already muted us and just watching it, you enjoy yourself as well. Twins to the right, pistol to the right. Hand off to the tailback. She bumps it to the outside. Stiff arm does not go anywhere, and she's met by a host of Alabama Fire. I do like that name. That's a good name, Alabama Fire. There's a lot of things that you can go with on that. I do enjoy the Atlanta Phoenix. Anything that has a bird name here in Atlanta, I do truly enjoy, between the Falcons and the Hawks. They seem like they fit right in to being a great professional football team added here in the city of Atlanta. "10 minutes to go in the game. 2nd down and 10. Pistol formation to the right. Little reverse action, and nobody's there. Got to stay on your block. She's going to take it to the outside. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Phoenix! It's all about the angles, and she had the right angle. Let's give them 6. Increasing the score to your Atlanta Phoenix 48, Alabama Fire 12. Back for a 2-point conversion. And will Half a Century get put on the board? No, she cannot make it to the outside. Will be denied of the 50 mark. So with 9 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in the game, your Atlanta Phoenix 48, Alabama Fire 12. We'll be right back to Atlanta Phoenix football. We're back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Grady Stadium. Roughly 9 minutes and some change left to go in the game. Watching your Atlanta Phoenix take on Alabama Fire. The score is 48-12. It was a good game, I will say this. From an overall perspective, that first half was a very close game. There for a second, it was 12-6. Deep kick. She gets on it right on the 43. It was a high kick, not necessarily a deep kick. It was high if you're in a silo. That's about all I can say at this point. So the Alabama Fire is going to take over on the 43-yard line. They're looking to add some points on themselves. I want to thank our partner, For Hire Management Services. Thank you for everything that you do for the Atlanta Phoenix. Next week, the Atlanta Phoenix will be on the road versus the DC Divas of Washington, D.C. Make sure you follow us on Twitter to find out how that game result played out. All right, the Fire is coming to the line. Quarterback under center. Pitch to the outside. She's taking it to the right as far as she can go. And then she's denied. Comes up and takes a little bite out of the Fire. Loss of 2 yards. Great job for the Phoenix. Leaving it around 2nd down and 13 with the ball on the 41. Split backfield, quarterback under center. Little bootleg action. Didn't really fake that defensive end, and she's still trying to hunt her down. She's waiting for her. Somebody probably should blow the whistle. I think she got the face mask, and so does the ref and every flag in the town. We're going to give them 15 and just hope the young lady's okay. He could be the most animated white cap I've seen in quite a while. If anybody's ever seen Naked Gun, I believe that he's right around that type of animated calling. He even shook off the flag a little bit, getting ready for it to go again. So they just got 15 yards on that play, marked it all the way down to the 45. Where the Fires will start off at 1st and 10. They're running the clock, which is always a positive thing, especially later in the game. Now they're going to call a timeout just because I said they were running the clock. So that's the Fires' 2nd timeout. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining Atlanta Phoenix football. Coming out after that timeout, scores 48-12 with roughly about 8 minutes to go in the game. The Fire come to the ball. Hey, it's like a fireball. That's pretty good. Quarterback rolls out to the left. She's trying to get the corner. She does. Gets about 6 yards. But did the dreaded I ran out of bounds to stop the clock. Oh, they're going to run the clock. We're appreciative of that. Got 2nd down and 4 with a running clock here. Quarterback under center. Quick pitch to the right. She's trying to get to the corner. They're going to deny her. Maybe 1 yard. Leaving around 3rd down and 4. Closing in on the 7-minute mark. Remember, your Alabama Fire will be home next week against the Tri-City Thunders. And your Atlanta Phoenix will be heading off to D.C. to take on the Washington, D.C. Divas. We'll be back here on May 14th taking on the Jacksonville Dixie Blues. It's been a good game tonight, especially for the Phoenix. We've been averaging roughly about 43 points a game, so we've hit our mark at 48. Going into 3rd down and 3, split backfield, quarterback under center. She does a bootleg, and she's going to get that 1st down, and she's going to get some more. She cuts back across the field. She continues to move. Quarterback is taken down on the 14-yard line. Good run by the quarterback. And we have another injury timeout for the Alabama Fire. Not that they should be out of players yet, but they're getting close. So that's going to leave a 1st down with the ball on the 14. Injury timeout on the field. Heading off on an injury timeout. She seems to be doing okay. Looks like it was number 8. So that's going to be a 1st down with the ball on the 14. We've given up about 17 points, or that's what we have allowed. Averaged about 5 points per game. So allowing this touchdown to occur here definitely would be outside our pick, but right now I'd like to believe that everybody's getting an opportunity. Quarterback under center, single backfield. Quarterback sneak right up the middle. It almost feels like the Alabama Fire quarterback versus the Atlanta Phoenix. 1 versus 11, and they're still doing pretty good with that. Right under the 6-minute mark. 2nd down and 6 with balls on the 9-yard line. They empty the backfield. Receiver in motion. Quick handoff to the receiver that was in motion. Ball on the ground. Alabama Fire was still able to recover. Took them back to the 20-yard line. Looks like everybody's running out of gas right now. Hoping that these next 5 minutes will go across in 5 minutes. Had another little timeout here in the game for an injury. Looks like we're going to get it started here with 3rd down and 19. The clock is running. We're under 5 minutes. The ref is saying, hey, we need to get this game on. I've got an NBA basketball game to watch tonight. Lucky for us, the Hawks don't play till tomorrow at 6 o'clock against the Boston Celtics. We saw some upsets tonight. Watched the Miami Heat lose to the Charlotte Hornets. That was a good day for us all. And even saw the Cleveland Cavaliers get taken down as well. Going for a halfback pass. Oh, came up short, but she was ready to pick that off and take it to the house. Sounds like somebody was being a copycat. Since it worked for us, they wanted to see if it worked for them. I'd say that's a no-go. We're going to be in 4th down and roughly 18 yards to go. We'll see what the Alabama Fire have in their tank for this one last shot. This will be a good chance for the Phoenix to hold tough and keep this score at 12. Split backfield. Quarterback under center. Does a bootleg. Wide open hole. I'm going to say touchdown. Let's give her a 19-yard touchdown run. Nobody is staying home on the backside, and she just proved that a great way. Let's go ahead and add 6 points on to the mix, making it 18-48. We thanks for everybody staying with us here at Atlanta Phoenix Football. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Also look for the Alabama Fire on Twitter as well. We're always available on Instagram and Facebook. Always get a chance to look in on our social media. Quarterback again looking to run. But this time I'm going to believe there's flags all over the place. I think there might even be a face mask involved. My color man's saying there might have been movement in the backfield as well. Let's see if he's right. Oh! We don't call him the best color man in the world, but they're going to be offsetting penalties, face mask and illegal procedure in the backfield. Let's run this again. I don't know if a 15 equals a 5 on the penalty world, but 2 minuses do make a positive. So we're going to run this 2-point conversion over again. This time we're going to stop them again, ending this score at 48-18. Nice 30-point lead for the Phoenix. Split formation. Toss by the quarterback. She gets in. Give her 2. Making the score 48, Atlanta Phoenix, Alabama Fire 20. Closing in on the 3-minute mark. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming out after that touchdown by the Alabama Fire. Score is 48-20. Coming to the end of this game with roughly about 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. It's like a quick onside kick by the Alabama Fire. The Phoenix will retain the ball. We've had some fans stay out here for the whole game on both sides. Alabama brought some good fans with them, and I would like to give a hats off to the Atlanta Phoenix fans. It's a nice weather tonight, and they decided to stay out and enjoy this nice victory by the Phoenix. It's 48-20, 3 minutes in counting. Pistol to the left, twins to the right. Quick handoff to the fullback. She takes it up for about 2 yards. Clock is running. As we come to the end, we want to thank everybody, but most importantly, we want to thank our viewers. And we want to thank our sponsors and our partners. Thank you so much for your time and efforts here with Atlanta Phoenix. We look forward to viewing the game in 2 or 3 weeks on May 14th here at Grady Stadium at 7 o'clock versus the Jacksonville Dixie Blues. Right under the 3-minute mark. In motion. Pitch to the tackle. Not the tackle. Tailback. Roughly about 5-yard run. It's going to leave it, give or take. A 2nd down and 6. We do have an injury on the field. With right under 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. We're in an injury timeout. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, wanted to just bring back into it. We are in an injury timeout. We had a serious injury occur right around the 48-yard line on this last play. And the young lady's being attended to. We'll be right back with you. Possibility of giving some more information if we get information about it. You're listening to Atlanta Phoenix football. Just checking in and making sure everybody realizes we're on an injury timeout right now. I'm not a person that likes to show the injured on the field, so that's why we're at the skylight of the city. They had brought the cart out, so they will be placing her on the cart. At this point, I'm trying to figure out if they're going to call the game or not with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. The young lady looks like she has been able to sit up, which is good. There for a little bit, she wasn't able to. And it just goes to show how much effort both teams have put out on the field to have this occur even later in the game at the score that it's at. Once again, just to remind everybody, the Atlanta Phoenix will be playing the DC Divas next week away, and then they'll be having an open date on May 6th and be back into action on May 14th here at Grady Stadium versus the Jacksonville Dixie Blues. For those that are watching the Alabama Fire, you can see them at home next week versus the Tri-City Thunder. Well, if the score stays as it is, we'll be seeing the Alabama Fire dropping to 3-1, where the Atlanta Phoenix will be increasing their record 3-1, going in against the Washington Divas. I want to thanks again for our partnership of For Hire Management Services. Thank you for being a partner with Atlanta Phoenix Football. Looks like a possible leg injury. Won't speculate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be coming out of the injured timeout. She was able to get off the field on her own. And they'll be backing up the cart. So we're going to finish this game out. I know the refs are having that conversation at this point. The only thing you worry is that everybody's been sitting down for roughly about 5 to 6 minutes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're going to go ahead and finish this game out. Third down and some yardage. We'll see after the third down and 5. With the Atlanta Phoenix right on the 50-yard line. Clock is running. Motions occurring from the backfield. Hand off to the tailback. She takes it to the outside. She gets stuffed, but continues to move her legs. And is she going to get that first down? That was a good move by the young Atlanta Phoenix tailback. Not to be denied. Going to call it 4th down and 1, but that was a good effort. Right under the 2-minute mark. We hope everybody's been enjoying sitting here and watching the game, being a part of Atlanta Phoenix football versus the Alabama Fire. Pistol handoff to the tailback. She takes it straight up the middle. And she's going to bump her head on the goalpost and every other person around her. Got it all the way down to the 30-yard line. Great job on the tailback. She was not going to be denied that 1 yard, and then she tacked on another 15. 1st and 10, the ball on the 29 with the clock running. Minute 30 and counting remaining in the game. Hand off back to the tailback again. She gets stopped for about a 2-yard gain. Right under a minute. We're rolling down to the last part of the game here with 45 seconds and counting. Medical services teams are arriving here at the stadium. And that will be it for the Atlanta Phoenix versus the Alabama Fire. With your score, the Atlanta Phoenix 48, Alabama Fire 20. We will conclude this game and say thank you so much for attending and being a part of our 4th game of the season. We look forward to having you back here at Grady Stadium on May 14th. Come out and enjoy some Atlanta Phoenix football. Thank you and good night.